Hello, hello. Welcome back to Stros. We're still in Stros, by the way, and we still need to explore the striking locale. These eye locations are basically striking locales. We didn't explore the inn. There are many places in Stros. I mean, the main town is Port Hunting, but we did explore Saintsport, but it's overrun by pirates. I mean, the sea drakes from Piantania, anyways, and we did the Crafty Larissa quest there. But there's not much more to it, you know. But in Port Hunting, there's a lot of things to do. We'll see. We'll explore. Just talk to all the NPCs quickly, read whatever book is available, things like that, and we move forward. So we're at the entrance of Port Hunding. This is the gate, and we enter the town. We have Sabanda Banius, but she doesn't talk to us. It's an imperial name. I assume it's an imperial, dressed like a red god. We have some merchant stalls here, and we have a guild trader acquired by a guild, and we do have a backpack here. Maybe we can steal something. Okay. We got caught, but it's all right. We have Hazagbarg here. We have Kalbor. I assume it's his stall. We have Kandariel.
Thirsty traveler?
She has some drinks, some recipes if your character doesn't know them. We have Rulorn. We did a quest for him earlier, if you remember, a Dwarven related quest. There's Sudia, not Sadia from Skyrim, and she does talk to us a little bit, but it's just generate dialogue. And we have a snag here. Maybe we can pickpocket him. Yep. So it's a orc as well, working into, I assume this is the docks.
I've come to collect your bounty, criminal.
No worries, just take it, I don't care.
Thank you for being so cooperative.
Yep. I'm the most cooperative person in the world. Thank you. Okay, this is the Hunting God, and there is this shop called Doom and Drafts, and I assume it's an alchemy shop and an enchanting shop. So you can also talk to these NPCs. There's some books as well to read. Let's talk to the alchemist.
Alchemist, they call me. My dear traveler, I am no mere alchemist. I'm a miracle worker. What do you need?
Jail him. How does alchemy work exactly? So this is the starter zone, so you can ask NPCs how crafting stuff works, basically. So how does alchemy work?
Alchemy is the art of creating potions. We scour the fields and caves of Tamriel in search of reagents like mushrooms, flowers, and the like. Mixing these ingredients with a water solvent in the correct quantities can create powerful elixirs.
Plants and water, that's it?
Well, not just any water will do. You will find that some pools of water contain special qualities that make them ideal for potion making. The grade of the water determines the potency of the product.
I see. What does it matter what reagents I use?
All reagents have hidden properties. When they are combined with other ingredients that bestow the same benefits, the potency is compounded. This reaction determines the nature of the potion. It's just a matter of experimentation, you see.
I see. Well, he has some poisons, some potions, some furnishings for your house, some poison satchels, alchemist sign. It's pretty neat. There's also a book. This is basically beginner's book to the craft ESO crafting for alchemy only. This book. So alchemy for my apprentice by you know who. So I can read through this very fast. My dear apprentice, you have destroyed far too many of my alchemical stocks to go unpunished. My own master would never abide such abject incompetence. Can't take instructions, she would say. Nose in a book, she would say. Luckily for your prospects, it is far less costly to write this simple manual than replace yet another cask of rare solvent. If you lose this manual, as I know you will, don't despair. I have invested your annual stipend towards printing multiple copies of this book and distributing them far and wide. In time, every alchemy station in Tamriel shall have one. Step 1, acquire solvent. So this is the now it comes step by step how to do alchemy in ESO. So you acquire a solvent. You already know that every potion requires a solvent to serve as the potion's base. If you ever paid attention to my lessons, you'd know the best solvent is clean water from a natural source. The purity of the water determines the quality of the potion, so the best sources are natural springs. I must once again emphasize the need for fresh sources of water. Remember that incident with the healing draught. You cannot simply dip a flask into a stagnant pond, an ocean cove, or downstream from a tannery. I suppose you could find bottles of clean water about town, but it is best to do the work yourself. Incidentally, your rain barrel solvent will never work. You are to cease your experiments immediately. Step 2. Acquire reagents. Alchemy is a study of combinations, where solvents are a potion's base, reagents are the active ingredients. Each reagent bears for our 4 unique traits. I'm disinclined to explain the principles of quadratic amalgamation to you again, but do try to remember the basics. Match like with like. Henceforth, you are to find all the reagents in the wilds, not in my laboratory. Remember to look for plants and mushrooms. Plants and mushrooms only. Under no circumstances should you deviate from this. Squirrel powder was an abomination against the 8. Furthermore, I must remind you to thoroughly clean both mortar and pestle after their use. Step 3. Craft potions. Bring a solvent and 2 reagents to my alchemy station. Different reagents are required. Effect, I must stress once again, combining bugloss with bugloss gets you nothing but foul tasting water. So you cannot mix two of the same ingredients. When you have what you need, put them together and craft your potion. Reagents with positive trait combinations will produce helpful potions, while those with negative trait combinations can cause harm to whoever is foolish enough to imbibe them. There's also potions which harm the user. Not poisons. Poisons are different, but you can consume and damage yourself, for example. If none of your reagents traits match, you lose both solvent and reagents. Experiment with different reagents to see what you can produce. I leave it. Okay, these NPCs talking in the background are a bit of a nuisance because they're annoying me. Just shut the fuck up, seriously. Like,
Earn coin.
You go if you want.
keeps talking. Yeah, I'll read the rest of the book like this so I don't trigger those NPCs. Experiment with different regions to see what you can. I leave it to you. While I recall of it, did you expect I wouldn't know you? Finished off the nun route, I could hear your teeth singing, and there is no way to hide a glowing chamber pot. Advanced alchemical principles. Only when you master the basics of alchemy should you think to complicate the process. Through careful study, you can learn to suppress negative traits when crafting potions. Craft multiple potions from the simplest set of reagents, or even combine additional reagents to produce more powerful potions. So these are the traits, extra skill points you can assign to different alchemy traits. Like extra, you can mix 3 reagents together or make more potions from each crafting, But for now, not poisoning yourself is the goal I would most like you to achieve. So it's a beginner's guide. Troki.
Colleen's never getting off this island. No one's gonna sail with her ever again.
It's one of the mutineers who left Colleen, Captain Colleen.
Hail.
Oh, Tari. Enchanter, Burwa.
I'm positively enchanted to make your acquaintance. Get it? Oh, never mind. What do you need today?
Can you tell me about enchanting?
Of course. Enchanting is the art of empowerment. We gather runes found throughout the world and use our special instruments to assemble them into glyphs. These glyphs can be used to magically enhance worn or wielded items.
I'll have to find all these runes in the wild?
Not exactly. Runes can be extracted from glyphs you find while adventuring. It's a delicate process, so you'll have to return to one of our workstations to proceed. Note that the glyph will be destroyed in the process. Unfortunate, but necessary.
So how exactly do glyphs work?
Glyphs are assembled by combining 3 different runes. Potency runes determine the glyph's strength. Aspect affects the glyph's quality. Finally, the essence rune decides the glyph's effect. It's a delicate art best learned by doing. Good luck.
Yeah, so You need to do it basically, otherwise these are potency runes, aspect runes, and quality runes or something. So it's also basics of ESO crafting. There's a book here which is also an introductory book. You can go through it very fast. Enchanting made easy by Fishes for Runes by an Argonian, I guess. Anyone can become an enchanter. It doesn't matter who you are or who you were. I spent 20 years pulling fish from the waters of Black Marsh before stumbling into the world of enchanting. If a former Argonian fisher slave can figure it out, so can you. Step 1. Find runes. Years ago I noticed glowing runes when I fished in Black Marsh. At first I thought they were wisps. You're most likely to find them in dangerous places, so be careful. Look for the angular stones where the runes sit. Red. Aspect runes remind me of fish. The minnows are plentiful but don't have much flesh on their bones, while the old grandfathers are the rarest but the richest catch. Blue potency runes make me think of a fish's flavor. The good ones can improve your day, though while the bad ones are best fed to your enemies. Green essence runes are like the type of fish: frost fish, armor fish, poison fish. You get the idea. Some people ask me why there are runes scattered throughout Tamriel, but that's a question for the Mages Guild. I have never asked where fish come from, just where can I find them? Where can I can find more of them. I should mention I can't actually see colors. If you're like me, you want to look for the brightness of the rune. Aspect runes are quite dim, potency runes are bright, and essence runes glow very bright. So this is not from the perspective of the actual ESO, because you don't see these aspects. Maybe in the earlier version of the game it was implemented like this, but there's no such thing as bright rune or dim rune, nothing like this. Step 2. Create enchantment. Once you have one rune each of aspect, fish age, potency, fish flavor, and essence, fish type, bring them to an enchanting station. Now put the runes together and craft your first enchantment. The best way you learn to fish is by fishing, and the same applies to enchanting. The act of creating an enchantment will reveal the meaning and function of unknown runes. Some will say you must comprehend how the rune resonates with your soul to truly understand it, but that's Mage's Guild talk. Step 3. Enchanting items. You have your first enchantment. Now you're ready to enchant your first item. Find the item you want to enchant and apply the enchantment. Easy. No? But of course it's never that easy. Enchantments are very particular. Some are best for weapons, others for armor, and still more bind only to jewelry. Some may require higher quality items than what you have on hand. If you change your mind later, you can re-enchant an item, but adding a new enchantment will remove the old one, of course. Serve the right fish for the right occasion, says as my ex-sister says. Appendix: extracting runes from enchantments. If you have an enchantment you can't use, don't despair. Sell, trade, or gift them to friends who can use them. So it's from an MMO perspective, you can sell them on guild traders if you make enchantments, and you can make quite a bit of gold. Of course, you can also extract runes from enchantments at any enchanting station. I call this gutting the fish. This destroys the enchantment in the process, of course, but you will get one of the runes back that you could use in another enchantment. That's it. And it's pretty simple. I mean, I'm using an add-on here, but even the base game one is very simple. You just need to get used to it a little bit. And Skullsuck.
Why bother? The fools sink these boats as fast as I fix them.
Oh, he's I think he's a crafter of boats and fixes boats or something.
Can't you see I'm busy? I'm rather busy right now.
Well, you two pissed me off before, so. Hunting God. Let's see. Yeah, let's explore this place. He's sneaking around, trying to.
Piss off! Find your own junk pile.
There you go. I found my junk pile. Oh, sorry.
What is to become of me?
Now this couple we already talked. Spot. Verena.
The score was sweet.
Oh, we talked with her before with the quest.
Nobody cares at all.
Yeah, her brother was dead, Terina's. So, 2 mud crabs. What is going on here? Oh, mud crab fighting. Nice.
Let's see some blood.
How many people know that you can see mud crab fighting
Be
in
strong.
ESO?
Strike true.
Because
Kill
people,
him! Kill him! Tuwaka be with you, little warrior.
people don't explore. Like, you know, I
Be
want to
strong.
explore.
What do you
Mean even odds.
I've got to take a leak.
This game has this game has so many things.
With you, little warrior.
I got 20 on the little guy.
Who's taking bets?
Let's see some blood.
What do you mean, even odds?
Mazag.
Who come with us?
This one does not sail the seas for riches. Instead, the riches sail to him.
Nice.
Hey, watch your elbows. Strike true.
Okay, so we explored this area. We explored the docks a little bit as well. Let's go to the main town square, I guess it's called. The Armored Forge. Blacksmithing station. We have the armor, tailor, and leather worker here. The pack merchants. These merchants will be removed next patch in ESO. You can see they have a lot of bags and everything, but they're removing these merchants. Yeah, let's talk to them. Let's talk to her.
Running out of room in your pack? Never fear. The solution to your problems is here. I commit to providing the finest of bags to store your goods.
I know. The blacksmith here. ENC and
War's
Falbert.
coming, friend. That's bad news for soldiers, but it's plenty of business for crafters like us who make weapons and armor.
I would like to learn more about blacksmithing.
We put hammer to anvil to forge armor and weapons. This requires a lot of metal. We scour hills and caves looking for rare ores to work. Raw materials will only take you so far. You need style books and special ingredients for more advanced work.
I'm sure there's a lot to learn.
You bet. A true blacksmith can read the metal to determine its potential. During the forging process, we can choose a trait that best fits the item, provided we've done our research. Additional sharpening, extra weight, these are just examples.
Is there more to it?
Well, the piece can be augmented even more through the use of tempers. These elements can enhance the value and quality of your work. Of course, no worthwhile endeavor comes without risk. Trying to improve an item can result in breaks, so be careful.
Yeah, so you can ask about ESO, even blacksmithing, like the basic crafting also from these NPCs, since this is the starter island.
Selling, I've got what you need.
Woodworker, Zila.
It's dangerous out there. Goblins, pirates, and beasts. What I've got here will keep you safe.
Weaponsmith,
Need a
Larry.
weapon? These red guards love swords, but I sell all varieties.
He has so much dirt on her face.
Thanks to you, I'm pursuing my love of weapon making. I'm finally happy and Mother stopped nagging me to fight.
Oh, it's this orc we saved before. Clothing station, clothier.
Sturdy, eye-catching clothes are a must for any true privateer. You could buy some from the scoundrels here in town, but isn't it more satisfying to make your own?
What does a clothier do?
We tan, weave, stitch, you name it. People in search of medium and light armor come to us. This requires fibers, leather, and a work table like those found in town. We also seek out style books and special ingredients for more advanced work.
I assume there's more to it than tanning and weaving.
Yes, of course. During the tailoring process, we can choose a special trait for the work. It takes research to discover these techniques, but it's well worth the effort. Reinforced buckles, intricate detail work, each brings a special benefit.
What else is involved?
Well, the piece can be improved even more through the use of tannins. These elements can enhance the value and quality of your work. Just be cautious. You risk ruining the piece if you're not careful. Improving on perfection is no mean feat.
Yes. There's a book about clothing here. And this guy's a banker.
Port Hunding's a place for honest merchants, you know. And honest merchants trust me to keep their goods under lock and key. You know, so they don't get stolen.
Clothier's primer. The shattered mask. Shattered mask. Okay. Future challenges. The shattered mask has fought far too many opponents who fail to realize the importance of proper footwear. The basic primer will teach you how to make a simple pair of homespun shoes if we are to face each other in the blessed crucible. I want you to fall because of my unmatched skill, not your pathetic boot stitching. Step 1, acquire jute. Jute is a ingredient, clothing ingredient in ESO. Raw jute is cheap, plentiful, and easy to weave. Look for the distinctive yellow flowers in the wild. I suppose you could pay someone to pick them for you, and it's that kind of laziness I look forward to punishing in the arena. Step 2 is refining cloths. You can work with raw jute at any clothing station. Professional clothiers call this process refinement, which can be done with any raw material. For now, you'll need 10 raw jute plants to make the refined jute you'll need for shoes. So any raw ingredient, you need 10 of them to refine.
New here. Perhaps a ship will come soon.
Yeah, this NPC is talking. Distract me a little bit. Unless working in loom is beneath you, weakling. Okay, step 3, style. Clothiers from all across Tamriel have their own cultural style. You need style to make an impression in the dueling ring, so find the style material that's easiest for you to work. If you're an Argonian, start with the material for the Argonian style. How does the book know that I'm an Argonian? Okay, purchase it from clothiers or take them from your whimpering defeated enemies. Craft your shoes, bring your style material and 5 bolts of jute to a clothing station. Remember, refined jute, not raw jute plants. Now get to work and craft yourself a pair of homespun shoes. You can use more bolts for better quality shoes, but you could start with 5 bolts. Easy work. As easy as it'll be for me to crush your pathetic and deluded hopes of winning the Brimstone Crown. So the Brimstone Crown is it's a title which you get, which is for the champion of the Blessed Crucible. Blessed Crucible is like a dungeon in ESO, and the Brimstone Crown is the it's like a dungeon arena, and whoever wins it, or whoever is the leader of the Blessed Crucible, gets the Brimstone Crown. For people who don't understand what this is, making clothes the Shattered Mask way. Any arena fighter worth their salt doesn't stop with a sample of pair of shoes. Try making a pair of rawhide boots for added protection, or a colorful sash to make you stand out in the ring. If you get the hang of this clothier business, you'll even have a trait to fall back upon after I thoroughly humiliate you in front of everyone you have ever loved. Improving your shoes. The art of improving the shoes you make or any other bit of clothing really requires you to work with tannins at a clothing station. If you aren't careful, you'll ruin the clothing and the tannins in the process. Use as many tannins as you think you'll need. Find them on your own. I won't make everything easy for you. Deconstruction. Maybe you're the kind of person who cuts corners. If you don't have time to collect raw materials, you can always deconstruct clothing you no longer need. This will destroy the clothing, but maybe you'll salvage enough to make a hat I can knock off your head. Researching traits. By now you're thinking, I'll need an edge if I'm going there to fight the Shattered Mask, the guy who is writing the book, basically. You could always research unique traits of items made by better clothiers than you by taking their clothing apart and studying their techniques. So this means that if someone else crafts something for you, or NPC crafts something for you, deconstructing them will give you more XP than you crafting something and deconstructing the same thing. You will not get much XP with that. Anything to boost your confidence long enough for me to stomp it into dust. Okay, that's it. Chidolga, merchant.
A fortunate tide brings you to my stall, traveler.
Carpenter.
You want to know a secret? I'm a terrible woodworker. Can't plane a board to save my life. But you know what they say? Those who can do, those who can't sell.
Can you tell me about woodworking?
Certainly. Woodworkers shape wood into all manner of useful tools. But bows, staves, and shields are our specialty. This work requires fine lumber and a sturdy work table. We also seek out style books and rare ingredients for more advanced work.
Can you tell me about the process?
Sure. While shaping the wood, we can choose a special trait to focus on. It takes research to discover these techniques, but it's well worth the effort. Increasing the weight or tuning the angle can draw out different advantages in the final product.
Is there more to it?
Well, the piece can be improved even more through the use of resins, special elements that enhance the value and quality of your work. The improvement process is delicate, so be sure you've got enough tempers and a steady hand. Good luck.
Thank you. Is the blacksmithing basics, which we didn't read before. It's similar to the clothier one. Very similar, but I'll go through it again. Blacksmithing Basics by Zegradush. I assume it's an orc. Orc forge wives say that they're the only ones who know how to smith. I say mudcrabs to that. I'll show you how to find ore, extract ingots from the ore, explain crafting styles, and then teach you how to craft a weapon. Soon enough, you'll call yourself a blacksmith. Get some ore is the first step. Iron ore is the simplest to work and easy to replace if you make a mistake. Look for rusty, dull rock near big rock outcroppings. Then you mine it. If you don't mine it yourself, buy it from people who mine it. Ask a friend to loan you some. When you have 10 chunks of iron ore, you're ready for the next step. Refine ingots, find a blacksmith station. Then you can make iron ingots from your 10 chunks of iron ore. It's same as the other crafting things, crafting disciplines. This is called refinement. If you want to know why, ask a forge wife. Choose a style, of course. It's the same again. Every race has a style of blacksmithing and each favors a traditional material. I call this a style material because it's easy to remember. The orc style works best for me, but I'm an orc. If you're an Argonian, how does daggers are easy to make? Oh, my game crashed, I think. Expected internal error. Okay. Alright, so I think I'll pause the video for now and start again with the same position soon. See you guys around.